Hi, this is Team Google going over Deliverable 2. Austin will get us started with the team reflection.
Yeah, so for this deliverable, we all felt pretty good about our progress. We had better organization in place, and it helped us all feel a lot more comfortable with the workload for this deliverable. As far as what we could improve on for the next one, Max wrote down a few things that we considered.
Yes, we ran into an issue with how we want to handle our race data, so a few thoughts for how to improve that or decide on what our proper solution is are listed here, and we are expecting a superior solution to become more apparent as we implement the code. We did have an issue with AWS going down on Monday, affecting our first meeting, and we do want to get started earlier for the next assignment so that we aren't pushing it so close to the deadline. Corbin will take us through the class diagram.
So based off the feedback that we received on Deliverable 1, we made some public attributes private. We refined some class relationships to better reflect the associations between them, added some missing methods, and then moved the update category to method to the license class, and then worked to just improve the overall structure. And then for the use case diagram below, we simplified it by removing unnecessary use cases, and then removed the guest actor as well because it modeled the same functionality as a racer, official or unofficial.
For the design principles, we kept them the same as Deliverable 1. We focus on keeping it simple, focusing on the single responsibility program principle, and then the interface segregation principle, and then on to design constraints.
So the two main design constraints that we decided to focus on for this project were security and scalability. Security, mainly because of the payment processing systems that would be in the program, like credit card payments and debit card payments, stuff like that needs to stay secure. And for scalability, that is just so that we can add in more features to the project without fear of breaking entire parts of the system. For the architectural design, we decided to go with an MVC design. We thought that that would be the most appropriate, and here it is in the form of a class diagram. So at the top there, we have the main system class, which is connected to the view classes. There's 3 of them, and they are highlighted in red. Below that is the controller section with the controller classes highlighted in yellow, and then below that are the model classes, which are highlighted in green, and that is the architectural design.
And we chose an MVC because we felt that it would be fitting to have a layer for UI, a controller to define how the user inputs will be handled, and a model to handle the data and business logic, and that will also allow us to break up model views and controllers based off of each actor to segregate the accessibility of each actor.
And for our activity diagram, the use case we chose to represent was a racer registering for a new race. And it starts with the UI displaying the login screen to the user, and it follows through them logging in, checking their license, displaying the races, and ends with the successful registration to a race.
We go into this in the UI sketch. We've got a login page, and then if we scroll down a little bit, we'll see what a user might see as they're browsing races, depending on their license status. Going down, if they choose a race, they'll have the option to register, and once they do, they'll either get a success or an error pop-up message. And then finally moving on to our review.
So lastly, here in the review section, we identified the main points of feedback we received from both the high-level class diagram and the use case diagram, listed them here, and then described the corresponding changes made to address each one.